Hey team, Peaches here. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of sleep. Okay, and I also, again, I've got some notes because this one's going to be a little bit longer and a little bit more in depth, and I want to make sure I don't leave anything out. So, what is the importance of sleep to us? What does it do for us? Well, one, it increases our cognitive ability, right? We know that already. The better sleep you get, the better you're going to function and operate the next day, whether that is mentally or physically. Sleep also allows our body to recover, right? So, good night's sleep after a hard day working out and training, you're going to recover better, and then the next day you're able to get after it again, right? This is extremely important in the pipeline, as you know. A lot of the guys that are going through right now with you are younger. I was 17, guys are 18, 19, 20, right? And it's all about partying. So I get it, right? But you're going through training. So there's time to party. I promise you, there's going to be time to party. But while you're training for the pipeline or you're in the pipeline, try and recover and get as much sleep as you can. And another benefit of it is that it's going to maintain the correct levels of testosterone, which all of us want, right? What does bad sleep do for us, though? Bad sleep will decrease your cognitive ability by 40%. You get less recovery. Your hormones become imbalanced. You have a decrease of testosterone, which is bad. Irritability, which we've probably all experienced. You're reliant on Bangs and Red Bulls and energy drinks and coffee. And hey, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with coffee. I love some coffee. But if you're relying on it to function, you're setting yourself up for failure. Something else to also consider is that you cannot bank your sleep. Okay? You can catch up so much, or you can, if you're in a deficit, you can only catch up so much. Or if you're like, hey, I'm going to have a bender of a weekend, so I'm going to sleep all during the week and then just go crazy on the weekend, it doesn't work as well as you think it does. So some of the practices that I follow, right, is I set an alarm clock every single day. I wake up at the same exact time, even whether it's the weekday or the weekend, unless we're doing some specific training or I've got a meeting I got to go to or I've got to catch a flight. I'm waking up at the same time every day. This helps establish a routine for your body and it knows what it's doing. I also go to bed between 9 and 9:30, and that seems really early, but I'm also waking up at 5 o'clock every day. So that I want to make sure that I get the proper amount of rest in there, or at least allow myself the opportunity to get the right amount of rest. No phones, no computer, no blue emitting light 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. And if I have to, whether it's work or I'm doing some of this stuff, then I try and wear those. They're not prescription, but you can get them at optometrists or probably even Walmart. The kind of blue light blocking glasses, they help out a lot. And now that a lot of the phone companies have gone to the night shift mode, that also helps. But still, not looking at the devices 2 to 3 hours before bed is even better. No caffeine after 1 p.m. is what I do, it can be difficult sometimes because, again, I love some coffee. I also try and keep my room as cold as possible. If I'm going into a hotel, that thing's going down to 65 degrees immediately. If I'm at home, I'm a little bit more stingy, so I don't put it down that low, but I still put it down to where it's pretty cold in the room and everyone else is complaining except for me. This is not recommended by the Dr. Matthew Walker, but I actually listen to something as I go to bed. Not something that's too loud, but just something that's kind of in the background and it helps me drift off. So I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke either, but alcohol will affect both your REM and your AREM sleeps or sleep types throughout the night, which will begin to set you off at a deficit. And if you're having issues with sleep, get some help because it's going to affect you immensely without getting the correct amount of sleep. So these are the things that I follow, right? These are the things I do. There's a ton of different stuff on the internet about what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and a lot of, experts. But the one that I go to is Dr. Matthew Walker. He's got a book out called Why We Sleep. It's phenomenal. I highly recommend getting it or the audiobook. And then I would couple that with the Joe Rogan Experience podcast episode 1109, where he goes into a lot of depth about some of the stuff that he does in particular to everyday life and those challenges that us normal people have to deal with regarding sleep outside of a laboratory. Thank you, and I hope this helps you out. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you like what you just watched and you want more content similar to it, please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at CCT Peaches. And remember, whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you're right.